So a while ago, I made this laser that will cut things in half. You see, it uses these missile painters to track up and down from their center of mass. Once it cuts all the way through, I'm going to just turn off the movement so we can see it better. Once it cuts all the way through, it'll eventually, these lasers will not have a lock and they'll move upwards. And it'll just scan up and down and cut through the ship. This was pretty cool, but I thought we could make this just pure stupid overkill. And there we go, ship's dead. What if we upgraded this to instead scan and have like a crazy ass one-shot laser that just, with one pulse, shears the ship in half? Gravity energy percent used per shot is only a measly 1.9%. Let's fix that. 99% of the energy used in a single shot. Let's not waste too much. Let's just get it to 99. There we go. Damage of next shot is in the millions. I want to see how much damage we do to punch all the way through. So let's do something crazy. This craft will only spawn naturally in adventure mode. Interesting. So this thing is built like a brick. This one isn't actually that tanky looking. But how much did that one shot do? We did 113,000 damage to punch all the way through that. For a good reference, 100,000 at 2,000 meters should be good. So 75%. So we need each laser to do 133,000 damage. Base damage. This is up to 2 million. How much is just one of these? What's the height of like a proper we want this thing to... We want about 4 lasers per 3 meter, I think would be a good number. To blast all at once in a perfect vertical array that just shears the whole thing in half. Screw it, we're gonna use the we'll use the crossbones as a good example of a very tall ship. The crossbones is significantly taller than a normal ship. And it's 40 meters tall. And we have 50, so each one of these is going to be used 2% per second. Right? Alright. There we go, and that should have been the entire thing. Okay, perfect. Alright, now how the fuck am I going to do this? So I have 19 separate lasers, and I want to keep track of which ones, what the like farthest out one has hit. What's the most negative one that's hit? What's the most positive one that's hit? Maybe just a big ass if else. If I had more advanced tools and I could pass each individual one, I could do something interesting. Like say there's like a ring shaped ship, so like these 5 hit, and then these 5 hit, and none of the middle ones hit. I could separate it into 2 beams, but I don't think I really can. Unless I find some convoluted way with, like, integer addition, maybe, to powers of 2, to encode which of these have done it. It's like, this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 4, this one is 8, this one is 16, this one is 32. I can't do that, I have too many of them. Unless we have big ints. But that's still stupid. I think I'm just gonna do it the simpler way that I'm doing right now, of just one raw giant ass if else. So if A is on, then we put out 9. Otherwise, if B is on, then we put out 8. Otherwise, if C is on. We put out 7. 3, 2, 1. Alright. I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. We'll just leave this here for prosperity. Or prosperity? We'll leave this here for prosperity. It's like some in-depth fertility ritual. We'll leave that there for posterity. I should probably remember to get the Lua extension at some point. Here, let's get the Lua. Sure. Alright, some reason I couldn't install these other two, so I had to install the crappiest of the 3. I'm not even gonna go into the fuckery that this just was, apparently. If I put this in right here, then it breaks. Bad argument. But if I store it into a variable and then pass it in, it thinks there's 2 arguments there, but if I store it in a variable and then pass it in, the exact same thing, then it works just fine. So apparently, there was a difference between those 2 bits of code, even though there shouldn't be, just because Lua is dog shit. Alright, sweet. So I brought Beam 0 back. We've got it looking good. It just... We need to invert the offset because it's doing some weird convergy bit right here. We also need to multiply the offset. How many of these beams do we... Or what's the total distance between these? It should be 19 plus the 18 in the gaps in the middle. So it's 37, but we want it to actually be 50 wide. So we're going to do this the easy way. Offset. We flip offset to negative. Times 50 divided by 37. Doesn't feel quite big enough, but maybe the Kalmar is just tall? No. It should be like twice the height. Random shot in the dark here. I wouldn't know why this is, but... Right, no, I do know exactly why it is, because this says it's plus 9, even though this is actually plus twice 9. So we do have to double it to make it 50 blocks tall. There we are, perfect. And it's still counting it as that tall because of the mast. It's just so shit. It's so dog shit, but it works. So, only, as far as I'm aware right now, because of how outdated the documentation is, maybe you can, but I don't know. You can't get the information on a laser painter. At least not according to the docs. You probably can, but I'm not about to like decompile the code and go digging through to find. Yeah, see, I can't find the missile painter here, but a breadboard can. So I need to pass the information on which lasers are hitting from this breadboard to this Lua box, so the Lua box can handle all of the aiming code. The only thing I could think that stores 2 variables from 0 to 9 and can be seen by both of these is a light fitting. So the intensity of this light is the highest laser painter that's active, and the range of this light is the lowest laser painter that's active. So this is gonna be our ship's load-bearing light bulb. God, I love this game. Alright, let's see. Moment of truth. Does this work at all? Kind of worked. Almost. Look at it. It perfectly spans the entire width of the ship. Now, we crank up the power. Alright, so this should be way overpowered for this ship. But we're just using this to test, see if it works. Let's see. Dang. It's so close, it just wasn't thorough enough. Oh, but look at how much damage. It genuinely almost sheared the whole thing in half. Actually, the fire might finish it. Okay. Everything that was submerged underwater both didn't burn and I think suffered the laser attenuation penalty due to traveling through water. So it didn't cut through. Let's try it against an airship. Surely the Grey Talons have a decent flying ship for me to gog. Alright. Holy shit. And since it was all done at once, the thing's laser defenses, or its anti-laser defenses, didn't have time to react. Oh my god. I think it's already dead. Yeah, no, it died. Holy shit. Okay, this will be the anti-Grey Talons weapon. Holy shit. Alright, how does it do against the Vortex? I think Vortex is dead. I love the Grey Talon ships. Oh, and there goes the front part. And it's dead. Alright, now I can't help but notice that 1,400,000 is dangerously similar to the Pyre's cost. I just want to see. I just want to see what happens. Holy shit. Big's the Pyre? Pretty big. Holy shit. It did rip through it, though. No, Pyre is pretty much fine. Has a lot of armor. I made these things like super flexible, so they don't actually even need to be like vaguely in the same spot. I could have them like sitting over there on that other island, and the painters would still work. Why didn't I use a laser or a wave laser? I'm gonna try this again with a wave laser. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna come back. It's Friday night when I'm editing this. I got ice cream and ginger beer and hot cauliflower in my pajamas. We comfy, so it's time to revisit this shit. I'm gonna crank this like as low as I can. And do 4 Qs. Making the Q switches not Oh. What? Okay, I was about to say, it looks like the Q switches don't automatically orient themselves anymore. But, it's just broken. It just doesn't work on the top one. Weird. Alright, let's, drop the Sinner's Luck. And let's see what happens. With a Holy shit. Ow, my eyes. Why is only one of them purple? Ow! Ow, my fuck. That is painful to watch, but, it'll concentrate all its power into the remaining parts. So it's very similar to our, our previous laser, but just way more focused. And holy shit, I need to fix this. Oh, because we're only going down. I see. Because now the center of mass is above, it's just I see. But this is just a little bonus. This isn't actually, you don't actually get this content. But god damn, how is this thing still alive? Okay, let's see what it does. Holy shit! Okay, that wasn't as precise as the lasers were. Small issue. Let's see how it works with completely maxed out focus. Is it any less of a complete and utter mess? Holy shit. A little bit less. Still did a lot of damage though. Got a more dense ship like the Basking Shark. Oh! Oh, did it kill the... It killed the... Oh, it didn't kill the AI. Ship's completely fucked. Okay. So the particle cannon was not the play. It's even maxed out. It's still just too wide to focus in. God damn, though. What if we make it impact? So now they all do impact damage instead of piercing. See if that changes anything. I mean, it'll do a lot more damage. It'll bite a huge hole out of the side of the ship no matter what. Just not sure how much more useful it will be for our goal of cutting it in half. I messed something up? Oh, it doesn't have any power. Now! Oh. I said it would take a chunk out of the side of the ship. I told you it would take a chunk out of the side of the ship. That is what I said. I didn't expect... Well, there's the AI. It's like when you go to like a medical museum and they have like a human that's been bisected vertically so you can see all the internals. Here you can see the brain cut in half. Jesus Christ. The Basking Shark's still alive though, is the fucked up part. Now, this wasn't enough to destroy the ship. It's completely non-functional anymore. The only weaponry it has left is this crappy little missile rack and some Sea Whiz. Well, it's got about probably 15 seconds to live. If anyone would like to say a word to the Basking Shark before it passes on, it's too late. God damn, it still didn't cut it in half. But it turns out an insane amount of PAC fired directly center mass. What if we change the way this works to be sideways? theoretically, if I made this one right, and this one up, I have no idea if this will work, but let's see. It does work. Holy shit. It's not exactly straight right. I don't know what's causing that. Maybe I shouldn't have just dinked around with my old math and hoped it would work, but here we go. Okay, horizontally spread out impact PAC is actually fucking brutal. Okay, I think I've fucked around enough. All three of these things are very fun. This horizontal particle cannon, though. Horizontally fanned out particle cannon might have, like, real application. But either way, I'll leave the thinking for the next episode. I had a load of fun with this, and I hope you guys did too. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below, or suggest them in my Discord. There's a suggestions channel over there. I'm much more likely to respond there. But either way, thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Take care.